People all up in my business, and again, I have literally done the absolute maximum I can do to separate my personal life from my public life. Things that go on behind the scenes here that have nothing to do with the streams, simply put, have nothing to do with the streams. Now, if it's something that's social and not harmful, for example, you want to know what my wife's making today for dinner or something like that, I'm more than happy to share those stories with you, or tell you what I did on my day off and it's not intrusive to my private life. I'll tell you, right? But for the most part, I don't want to tell you about stuff going on behind the scenes, because sadly I have a group of thousands of stalkers on the internet who all have messed up brains. Sorry, it's just true. These people obsess with me so much that they absolutely try to get every single piece of information they possibly can to basically hurt me. I'll give you an example. Are you ready? So yesterday on my stream, I received the phone call about this interruption that I needed to have on my stream. I went off of this screen and I went to this screen right here, but it was open like this. And I picked up my phone in my hand like this and I answered it. And as I was lifting my phone up to my head like this to answer it, for a brief second right here on the screen, it showed my phone screen. These fucking obsessed nut jobs, I'm not kidding you, tried to enhance the phone screen to see what it said in an attempt to try to figure out and contact whoever this was on the phone. I'm not kidding you. They actually posted it up on Twitter. They said, oh, we really tried to enhance the visuals of his phone that he accidentally had in the corner of his screen, but we couldn't get it clear enough to figure out who he was talking about on the phone. Sorry about that. Sorry for fucking what? They posted it publicly. Do you not understand that when you do that, you show that you're fucking crazy? Do you not understand that? I mean, if you don't, you literally should immediately go speak to a doctor. You're nuts. This is not your life. This is not your business. If it were, then it would make sense. This has nothing to do with you. Why would you try to enhance my fucking phone screen to figure out who I'm talking to on the phone? And the worst part about it is, I told everyone that today I was going to tell you the story of what's going on. I promised you were going to find out. So why would you then try to do that? Because you're fucking crazy. You get it? Get help. That's not normal behavior of any human on this planet. That's obsessive behavior. That is what crazy people do. This is why people get restraining orders. Because people are nuts. It's absolutely out of control, the amount of stalking these people are trying to do. Everything about Phil. Phil's a joke. Phil's a clown. Phil's this. Phil's that. If anything, please let this be a wake-up call. If you see someone on the internet who's obsessing about me like that, do me a favor. Tell them to get help. No, I mean it now. They need help. These people need to, don't give them attention. Don't watch their garbage content on the internet, which they try to put up as news. Instead, tell them to seek help. Stop with the nonsense. You need help. You shouldn't be obsessing over some random person on the internet who puts out gameplay videos. You should seek help. There's absolutely no circumstance where someone should be trying to figure out who is on my phone. It's not your business. It's none of your fucking business. You shouldn't be doing that. You are messed up and you need help. Okay? So, I mean it now. These people need to be called out. These people need to be brought attention to, that these are destructive people on the internet that need to be stopped. It's to the point where now I know at any moment, anything I do, they're trying to hurt me. So it's time to end it. It's time to actually call it what it is, madness. This is not conscious, intelligent thought. This is obsession. This is to the point of pain and suffering for everyone around them. If they have friends or family members, they need to intervene. This needs to happen. This is a serious discussion now. This is not, oh, I'm joking around because I'm trying to stick it to my haters. No, there's people who don't like me, and they'll laugh at my mistakes, and, they'll watch me play Street Fighter 6, they'll laugh at my rage and how I go crazy. There's a difference between that and, can we analyze what's on Phil's phone so we can contact the party on the other end and try to harass them? No, that's insanity. That has to end. We have to draw the line as people with moral compasses inside of us and conscious thought and more intelligence. There's a difference between making fun of someone for their shortcomings on the internet or actually trying to harass and ruin their lives. That has to end, all right? So I'm calling it publicly now. People need to step up and speak up against it. You're the ones, I don't even know about it. People come to me and say, Phil, are you aware these nut jobs are doing this? No, I'm not, because I don't pay attention to it. But now it's time to call it out. We shouldn't be allowing to do that. Why are people allowed to just do this stalking on the internet? Again, if this were real life, you get a restraining order. But because it's the internet, it's all okay, right? That's fucked up shit. You are fucked up in the head. You're a messed up individual. Because someone who has a positive, constructive, happy life does not do that. I will repeat that for those of you out there who don't get it. If you have a good life, you don't go shit on others constantly. You enjoy your good life. No, it's not. It's enough is enough. Stop the madness, okay? Now, let us now continue on logically, because the thing is, again, I never would share with you stuff about my private life unless it's necessary. That's correct. When I moved here, I was told there's very strict guidelines. Get this. You get 1 can of trash that you can throw out every 2 weeks. 1 can of trash per household. Every 2 weeks. What? So if you have pets, if you have kids, if you have anything that generates any kind of trash, you're pretty fucked. All right? If you have more trash than that, you have to go to the dump and pay to throw it out yourself and drive it there yourself. That's it. Now, they say, well, you're not supposed to throw out any recyclables. You wash them, you separate them, you put them into another bin, and those get picked up separately. Okay. How many of those do you get? 1 bin every 2 weeks, okay? So with all these strict regulations being a green state, something that's actually absolutely essential for living here is to have a food waste or garbage disposal in your sink. You need it because every time that you wash plates, every time that you make a meal, you can't throw food out. It's not even allowed. You're supposed to either compost it or grind it up and wash it down the drain, all right? That's what you're supposed to do here in Washington State. It's like known by everyone here. Everyone here has one, okay? I never had one back in Connecticut. I never had a use for it. So when I moved out here, it was my first time using it. And, you know, you do wrong things, you clog the goddamn thing up. But about 3 years ago, all right, in 2020, this was when COVID was starting, all of a sudden one day, my garbage disposal, food disposal, starts to smoke. There's just smoke coming out of it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I look, it's not working, and I'm like, dude, if it smokes, there's no way I'm going to try to use this thing. I got to call a plumber. What else am I going to do? Oh my God! What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa!
Stay on his ass, don't lose him.
Right? So I called a plumber, you know, and the thing is, I never had a plumber come out here before, so I didn't know what I was doing, and I just picked any old one off the internet. So I call a plumber, and the guy shows up. And when the guy shows up, immediately I notice something. He's just like a normal guy. He's not wearing any kind of like an outfit or anything that says, oh, I work for a plumbing company. He's just a guy. Yeah, I'm here for the company or whatever. All right. So he comes in and he looks at this disposal unit, and he goes, yeah, basically, it's fried. I was like, well, why did it fry? I didn't do anything. He's like, nah, it just happens. He's like, it just happens with these things. He's like, and you don't have like a high-end unit. You have what's considered a mid to lower range unit. So the previous homeowners put in a piece of crap garbage disposal in this house, basically. And he goes, well, these things are expensive, so I'm going to give you a quote, and here's your quote, and all I'm going to do, I can replace it with exactly the same unit, but this one should last a while. You'll get a year warranty with us as the company, but then you'll also get like a 5-year warranty with the manufacturer, all right? So, all right, so he quotes me. It's very expensive. All right, I'm not happy with the price, but I need it. Like, this is something essential. If I don't have this, I'm going to be stuck with fucking tons of food waste that I need to shove into a composter every week, or I'm going to have to go to the dump myself constantly. I need this thing. Everyone here needs one. So, all right, I'll just go with it, all right? Now, immediately, I should have seen some red flags, but again, this is the middle of COVID and everything's going on. I'm not doing research. Everyone's all stressed out to wit's end, right? Immediately, one of the things that I should have noted, he says, well, here's the thing. I'm just going to give you a new unit of the same one you had, but everything should still work. Like the ring and the thing to install it in your sink, it still works. I'll leave that. The piping, well, it's the same piping. I don't have to change the piping at all because it's the same thing. So I'll just leave everything there. I'll just replace the unit. Okay? That was stupid. I should have demanded that he give me full service, but I didn't. Because come to find out, he charged me full price as if I was actually having everything completely replaced. He didn't do any of that work. All he did was pull the broken unit off, put the new unit on, and charge me as if he had done all that labor, which he didn't do. I'm an evil, dirty, heinous scammer who steals money from little children. He was gone in 20 minutes when he should have been here like an hour and a half doing the work. That's on me. 100%. I should have asked for the service I was paying for. I didn't get it because I was ignorant. That's on me. All right? So literally it was a swap of a unit. He just swapped out the unit. Done. Okay? So, we got a new garbage disposal / food waste disposal. All right? This was early 2020 when this happened. Okay? Within 1 week of the new disposal being replaced, it's leaking all over the place. Every time I turn it on, it's spraying food and water all over into the bottom of my sink, into the cabinet underneath. And I'm like, what the fuck? Obviously, something's wrong here. So I call the company. I say, listen, you just had this guy come out here. I need you to come back here and figure this out. I just paid a lot of money. All right, he'll be out. So he came out within a couple of days. Once again, couldn't use my thing for days. He comes out. Same guy shows up. What's the problem? I said, I'll show you. I turn on the water. I turn it on. Fucking Niagara Falls underneath my sink. He goes, well, there's a problem with these units. If they leak like that, it's basically junk. We can't repair it. We just got to replace it. So I'm going to get you another one. All right, so he did. So he went, he got another of the same unit. All right, installed it. This time, tested it thoroughly. Didn't seem to leak. Everything seems fine, okay? Everything seems to be going good. And like, all right, so he leaves. Now, first time in my life that I've used a food disposal or a garbage disposal. First time I've ever had a new one installed. So I don't know how they're supposed to behave when they're new. I don't know what they're supposed to look like when they're new. I don't know anything, right? I'm an ignorant guy. It's just blatant ignorance and just, but, I paid a lot of money for this thing. So after having the first warranty replacement, I want to be sure this thing is working. So fast forward to like 3 weeks later, all right? And I'm looking at my food disposal, and this thing is completely rusted. The entire unit, you can see looking down into it, into the hole in the sink, it's completely rusted. It's covered in rust, right? And I'm like, is it really supposed to rust up like this within 3 weeks? I don't know. So I make a phone call to the company again, and I say, listen, now we already had a warranty replacement once. Obviously, the last thing I want is to have another warranty replacement. But I just want to know, should this be doing this? Is this a normal behavior for a food disposal to be rusted up like this after only 3 weeks? Or is this abnormal, and are all these units faulty? Should I be getting a different unit? Maybe this unit is a piece of junk and they're making them like junk now because one already broke. Maybe this one's faulty too. I just want answers. So they said, all right, here's what we're going to do. Under warranty, we're going to send out another plumber to take a look at your unit and confirm that it's working right and everything. Okay, sounds good to me. This all was 2020. This was over 3 years ago all this happened, just for clarification purposes for you guys, okay? So over 3 years ago, this is all going on. All right? So another plumber shows up, different guy. And I just happened to say to him, I said, you're not wearing the outfit from this company. I'm curious, why is that? He says, oh, because I don't really work for the company. I was like, what? He goes, yeah, that company doesn't really exist. All they are is a broker. What they do is they contact independent plumbers to do jobs, odd jobs like this. So they don't actually have any full-time employees. I happen to get the call. It's kind of like, you know what it's like? Like one of these food delivery services like Uber Eats or DoorDash. That's what the company was. They were a job broker where all they would do is they would divvy out jobs to local plumbers. So you have no idea who you're getting. You don't know the quality of the plumber you're getting. You could get someone who's incredibly high quality and cares, and someone who's a scumbag who wants to rip you off. You have no clue who you're getting when you contact this company.
I have no clue what I'm doing right now.
I'm like, all right, that makes sense, I guess. So can you take a look at this garbage disposal? And he says, he looks at his notes, because, he came to my house. He looks at his notes. He goes, wait a minute. He says, I'm here because your garbage disposal has some rust in it. I go, yes. He goes, that's normal. I said, oh? He goes, yeah, that's normal. He goes, these things rust up right away. It takes about a month. And after they're rusted, they're fine. They work fine for years and years and years. It's not a concern. They're not made of like rust-proof metal. They're meant to do that. It's not a big deal. You don't have to worry about it. And I was like, so why are you here? And he goes, honestly, I have no clue why they sent me. This is something that easily anyone who knows anything about the product they're selling could have told you over the phone. I don't know why they sent me out here. And I said, all right, well, can you just look at it just to be safe? All right. So he looks at it. He tests it. He goes, yup. No, it's fine. He goes, this is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with this unit at all. This should last you years and years. You're good. Okay. Have a nice day. Thanks for stopping by. My concerns are now assuaded. No big deal. 10 minutes later. The hell? I open the door. It's the plumber. The guy, I'm not kidding you. This is him standing at my door. He's going just like this. And I say, what's wrong? Why are you back? He goes, I really don't want to do this, but the company who contracted me to come out here is telling me they're having me demand that you pay them $75 for this visit. And I said, what? What? He goes, yeah. So basically, they're demanding that you pay $75 that I came out here because I came out here for a warranty reason. And since there's nothing wrong with the unit, now you have to pay for the visit. I said, are they out of their fucking minds? I didn't ask you to come out here. I had a simple question. I called them to ask about the unit. They opted to send you out here under warranty. I had to take time out of my day for you to come out here. I would have rather you didn't come out here. I would have just liked to talk to you over the phone. All right? So I said to him, under no circumstances is I paying this company any more money. It sounds to me like they're pretty underhanded the way they work. I'm done with this company. And he goes, I completely understand. Have a nice day. And he walked away. All right? And that was it. 2 weeks later, I get a voicemail from this company. Sir, we just want to let you know that as of today, your warranty with us is now void because you refused to pay for service. So you no longer have a warranty with our company. Don't contact us again for work. Have a nice day. That's the voicemail they left me. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, I'm not disclosing to you how much I paid this company. I paid them a lot of money for this. Okay? What kind of a company is this? It's a scam company. They don't have any full-time employees. They broker out jobs to people they don't even know if the work is good. And then they try to pull shit like this to make extra money. Because a regular person probably wouldn't have disputed it. They would have said, all right, whatever, I don't want any trouble. Here, take $75, leave me alone. Me, I'm not going to pay that. Like, fuck off. I'm not paying that. I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid. Right? So, yeah, they completely tried to scam me out of money for no reason. They easily could have just said on the phone, yeah, they rust up, it's fine, have a nice day. But they sent someone out to make money for no reason. Okay? It's pretty ridiculous, right? So, officially, as of 3 years ago, I had never dealt with this company ever again. All right? So, you know, have I had other issues, or have I had other, I shouldn't say issues, have I had other interactions with plumbers? I have since then. They've been fairly pleasant, other companies. So now fast forward to today, all right, to the modern day, and for 3 years, have I had issues with my food waste disposal unit? Well, nothing major. It's worked. So the other day, it's my day off. It's Thursday, and I happen to be cleaning out the fridge from the week before because I'm gonna go, grocery shopping to make room for the new groceries for the week and all the ingredients and things we need for this week's dinners because we home cook every day. And I'm throwing some veggies down into the thing, and all of a sudden it clogs up. And I'm like, oh, again, here we go, this fucking thing. I wish it was foolproof. I wish it worked all the time. It doesn't. So, maybe it's because I didn't get the good one. Maybe it's because I kept replacing it with the same old model that's kind of a lower end model. Maybe that's what it is, right? So anyway, here I go. I'm fucking I'm pumping the thing. I'm trying to get it clean. So eventually it does seem like it got cleaned, right? I go to turn it on, and it goes, like it sounds like there's giant pieces of metal grinding and slamming against each other. I'm like, oh shit. I turn it off, and I open the cabinets. It has sprayed veggie water everywhere inside the cabinet, covering everything under there in a green mist. Just mulch coming out of the fucking thing. And I'm like, oh, no. All right. Okay. So I said, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to contact a new plumber. I'm going to explain the situation and let's see what happens. All right. So I called a completely different plumber and they said, we'll be out this weekend as soon as possible. And this is what was going on this weekend. I needed them here as soon as possible because if I can't get rid of food waste, all I'm doing is accumulating more and more garbage that I have to manually compost or I have to go to the dump to get rid of myself. There's time frames how and when you can compost and all this shit. I don't have compost bags right now around the house to do this because usually I would use my garbage disposal to do this. So I'm like, well, you know, it is what it is. I gotta get this replaced as soon as possible. It's something essential to life out here because we're a green state. I need it. So the earliest they could have come was Saturday, and they had different time. I come as soon as possible, right? So that, honestly, that's what was going on yesterday. It's no big, crazy conspiracy. It's something so mundane. Yes, I'm sure really the moronic, obsessed idiots would want to call the plumber. Right? Because they're so fucking stupid. If they saw the number on the screen, they would have called the fucking plumber because they're fucking morons.
But they're fucking sick-ass people. This is what they do. They're nuts, dude.
Okay? Anyway. So, here's what happened yesterday. All right? They came out here. They show up. There's two plumbers. And they're both in full head-to-toe garb branded with the company they work for. Immediately, this is a good sign, right? Immediately, this is a good sign. I'm like, they actually work for the company. They're responsible. You know what I'm saying? So, they come, I explain the situation. They say, all right, let's test it. They turn it on. They turn on the water. Fucking Niagara Falls. It's just, psh, and they go, yep. They go, once again, these things, when they break like this, they're not really fixable. You need a new one. And I'm like, again, I was like, dude, I just fucking bought one 3 years ago and it was so expensive. Oh! And he said, well, again, here's your options. We could easily replace this with the same model. I said, no! No, absolutely not. Not in any fucking circumstance am I going to be replacing this with the same model. I'd be a nut job. I've been through this 3 times. I don't want this fucking model in my house. I want to take this thing and punt it into space. It's a piece of shit. All right? So they said, we can get you the better model. It's more expensive, but it's the better model. I said, we're going to do that for sure. Give me a higher end model that's meant for better capacity, that's going to last better and everything. They bring the thing in. This thing is, I'm not kidding you, more than twice the size of my old food disposal. It's like a beast, a big chunky ass thing. Like, damn. So that thing's going to really, it probably has extra, and I read the box on it and everything, and even said, this one has like double the blade capacity and everything inside. It's meant to completely demolish food. Yeah! Yeah! It's meant to be the high grade home unit. You know, there's other better ones that are meant for businesses, but this is like the high end home unit, all right? So, they get to work. Now, what do I notice the difference between this time around and 3 years ago? Guess what they did? They disassembled all the pipes. They disassembled the ring in the sink. They installed everything fresh from scratch. So I've got a brand new shiny steel ring in the sink. I got brand new PVC pipe installed fresh. They wanted everything done correctly and professionally. Because think about it this way. That guy 3 years ago who did that job for me, he left everything there. So that pipe could have easily been full of disgusting, just decaying food, build up waste, and he didn't give 2 fucks. As long as he just swapped the unit out, got his paycheck, and get out of there, he didn't care. Who cares if it works more than a week, right? But that's just stupidity, right? But these guys were like, yeah, we're getting paid to do the work. We're going to do the work. So they were here for over an hour replacing everything, which I really appreciated. Because honestly, you want to know the truth? It was just slightly more expensive than the job I had done 3 years ago for the much better unit and to have everything replaced. This is why I can't rush to buy a $3,000 PC upgrade. This is exactly the reason why. When my tire gets stolen off of my car and I end up spending ridiculous amounts of money to replace it, when this happens and now I gotta dump so much money to get this fixed, this is exactly why I can't do the upgrades that people are always wondering. Why doesn't Phil just go out and dump a bunch of money into a new PC or whatever? This is exactly why. Because this stuff keeps happening. And this is life. This is not, this is something, this happens in life. Shit happens. And let me tell you, I'm happy now. Here's why I'm happy. I'm not happy because I'm pissing the money down the drain for this stuff, which I can't avoid, but I'm happy that now I'm in a position where, because of your level of support, and because I'm 3 years removed from a bankruptcy, right, I can now afford this stuff. I have some funds and or the ability to pay for this stuff when it comes up. 3 years ago, I couldn't. 3 years ago, this stuff coming up was killing me. I had to say, hey guys, can we do a special fundraiser because something happened, I need to pay for it? I don't have to do that anymore. That feels so refreshing. It does. It's very refreshing to say, I can just have the ability to take care of this stuff when I need to. That doesn't feel good when I have to dump the money to pay for it, because it does feel like pain. Oh my God, it's my hard-earned money going away for something stupid, for a fucking trash disposal that should have worked for 10 years and only worked for 3, for a tire stolen off my goddamn car because of the crime out here is so bad and no one's doing anything about it, right? But at least I'm in a situation where I can handle it. I don't need to sit here and do a special fundraiser marathon. But the funny part about that is my shithead, shitbag haters will say the opposite. You see, he e-begged for this and he did that. It didn't happen. I hope that someday I'll get out of it. I don't know if I ever will. I may be living month to month, paycheck to paycheck, begging for fucking tips and shit on stream for the rest of my life. Right? Yeah, 3 years ago that stuff was happening because I had no money and no credit and I was in the middle of a bankruptcy and I had no way to pay for anything. Absolutely. That was my lowest of my low in my financial life. I haven't done anything like that in 100 fucking years, but they don't want to act like that's the case. Instead, they want to act like that's forever. Just like they want to act like things I said 10, 15 years ago were things I said yesterday. And they make highlights of the negative stuff from my past and they put it out to companies to try to get me canceled and shit. This is exactly the kind of behavior that they engage in. So all I would say is don't listen to their bullshit. Don't buy into their horse shit. All right? It's that simple. This is something mundane and normal. It happens to everyone. It's not a big deal. It's not to be dwelled on forever. It's not to be memed in a stupid fucking way. I'm not asking you for a penny for it. It's just life. Shit happens. Because you support my content so well during the good times, when a bad, shitty time like this happens, I can handle it. If something went horribly, horribly wrong, I would let you know. But this is just normal life, man. When you're an adult, and this is something that if you're younger, you may not understand. But when you're an adult and you have your own place and you have a family and this kind of shit will just happen. And you gotta roll with it. You can't get upset about it. You can't get so infuriated and angry at it. You say, you know what? I've learned to live with it.
You guys want to continue to see me upload videos to YouTube? At this point, since I'm making no money whatsoever on DSP Gaming, and I'm making almost nothing on KO Gaming, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, I need you to help support everything.
And I will repeat myself one more time. It's time to start calling out the crazy people on the internet. No one had any right to try to see the phone number on my fucking cell phone screen and try to contact the people on the other end of the phone. That's insanity. Please call it out when you see it. It's about time. It's time to say, no, stop your madness. Stop harassing Phil and his family. You're nuts. Seek help. Because if more people would actually step up and say that, then these people would be fucking embarrassed. And they would realize what an embarrassment they are to humanity. And they would probably move on with their lives. But instead, you have so many enablers on the internet. Oh, yeah. Every little snippet, every little piece, every little thing you can get. Let's do it. Let's be intrusive. Let's ruin people's lives. No. It's time, as an internet community, it's time to step up and stop this fucking insanity. It has to end. No more allowing people to try to actually ruin people's lives for fun and jollies. It has to stop at some point. You know? Like I said, if that behavior is engaged in real life, in person, there would be restraining orders out the fucking ass and people would be arrested. But because it's online, it's all just allowed, right? No, it's not. But all this other shit, I'm so fucking tired of hearing it. I really am. I'm just done with it. I'm done addressing it. I'm done fucking putting up with it. Enough is fucking enough. My life has been systematically fucked up year after year by people fucking with me. I can't get sponsorships. I can't get all the same opportunities every other full-time streamer gets because of you pieces of fucking shit trying to ruin my life. Fuck you. I'm done putting up with your shit. I'm not entertaining for a single moment any more of your stupid bullshit. You could say anything you fucking want. I don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself.